How do we switch perspectives so that this way we can see through another person's point of view? So it's important because if we can only see with our own perspective, then we're never going to be open-minded. We're never going to be able to let go when someone else has a disagreement because we can't seem to see in any other person's perspective. So how do we be able to see it through another person's point of view, through their shoes, through their lens? People know that this is important. So this is not your first time hearing this. But what I want to talk about and share with you today is how we do that. What needs to happen? And why do we struggle to do that? So let's talk about first perspective. What determines the perspective that we see our life in, that we see a situation in, right? What determines that? Number one, beliefs. We have certain beliefs that gets us to see a certain way. I lived my life and I had these experiences, and these experiences made up those beliefs, and those experiences created these beliefs, and now come together, all of these different beliefs create like a perspective, right? It's like, imagine like a belief being like one dot, and over time, all of these beliefs start to create a perspective in which we see, right? And now this perspective we use in parts of our life. Most of the time we will use this perspective in our work life, in our relationship, and over time it could be the same, similar perspective based on the beliefs that are plugged in to that part of our life. So how do we go ahead and change perspectives so this way we can become open-minded? So this way we can get out of this my way or the highway attitude, because then we're just pushing all these people away. We're creating so many problems. How do we do that? Let's take a look at this perspective again, right? Let's take a look at these beliefs. Every one of these beliefs were created. We weren't born with these beliefs. They were created. But what makes them stick? This is a belief. This is a thought. What makes them stick? This thing on the bottom. Emotion. Feeling. When we have an elevated feeling, an elevated emotion, it sticks. Whatever situation is happening, the belief that we have around it, the image we have about anything that is registering in our mind will stick if we have a very strong energetic charge. Emotion, energy, feeling. They're all the same thing. This is what makes us stick. So now, how do we go ahead and change this? How do we expand this? We got to loosen this. We got to go ahead and start to release it. And the more that release it, more this can expand. If this is one belief or one perspective, the moment we start to release this, our perspective starts to expand. So when we release this emotion, now what happens? We start to be able to see with another point of view. We start to become a little more open-minded. We start to not have to constantly defend our position, our ideas. Instead of defending, we can sit there and we can start to just observe and listen without reacting. And over time, when we release this emotion more and more, our perspective continues to expand. And now our perspective isn't just on our own. Our own perspective is like this, but as we expand, we start to see through somebody else's perspective. And as we expand open, we start to see through more people's perspective. And at some point when the perspective becomes so big, that is what somebody will call oneness. You've heard the term before. You know. You've heard. Oneness. Oneness is what happens when our perspective expands all the way. But I'm not talking about life needing to be operating in this state of oneness. Okay? All I'm saying is that let's just start off by releasing some of these emotions so we can expand our perspective. Because just doing it every little bit that you're doing it could mean that you don't create this confrontation with this person anymore. which means you're able to be a little more open-minded and listen to somebody else's idea. It means that you won't get defensive and that you can actually sit there and take feedback on your work, on the things that you are putting out. That's what that means. And that every little bit of shift starts to make your life more in flow. It starts to allow your life to be more at a sense of peace. Because without that, it's just a lot of agitation and a lot of resistance. But the key has to do with starting to release this, the emotion, the feeling, the energy that is anchoring the perspective, the beliefs. So, hope this video helps. Guys, if you want to learn this, if you want to learn how to do this, because we were just talking about today in class, which is why I decided to go and share the subject with you. We just got off of a 2.5 hour session on diving into all of this. Flow60.com. Learn how to do this. Learn how to let go of the emotions. Learn how to expand your mind and stop having to repeat old stuff over and over and over. The problems are the same in life. It's just different scenarios, same shit. Different scenarios, same feeling. Different people, same problems. You don't have to repeat all that anymore. Let's get out of that. Okay. And let's do that by diving into our body so we can release this. And then let's go and expand our mind. Let go of all of the beliefs that are holding us back. And what we end up with is feeling strong, being healthy, and having a mental sense of peace, clarity, and laser focus to be able to go after whatever you want in life and be able to take all of your energy and just boom, right at whatever you want. That takes having to connect to that energy inside. That takes having such control over your mind that all the stuff you don't even pay attention to. All you see is what you want to focus on, and everything is going to go towards it. And now you will be able to conquer any goal, any desire that you want, because you have access to your attention, to your focus, to your mental power. That's the power that you have. You can access that. So, flow60.com, guys. Serious people only. We're doing the work here. And I'd love to invite you as well. See you guys.